Hi, my name is Dr. Ami Dakshini and I'm a dermatologist. Today we are talking about something that nobody wants to talk about, but many of us are silently suffering from it. That awkward itch or rash in the intimate areas, right from redness to friction to sweat to infections. Let's understand and know how to take care of our intimate areas. Let's normalize these conversations and not be shameful about it. So, what causes this awkward rash or itch in these areas? Let's understand this one by one. The commonest being friction, because mechanical friction, when the inner thighs meet while we're walking or while we are doing activities, can lead to abrasion of the superficial layer of the skin and can cause itching, redness, and a rash, sometimes leading even to pain and fissures. The second is sweat and occlusion. Now, in hot, humid weathers, many a times when we sweat, there's not enough air circulation in the intimate areas, which is why the sweat collects, gets occluded by tight fitting clothes. And that sweat is a breeding ground for a fungus called Candida. And that's when you get a condition called intertrigo, which can be painful. There could be itching, redness, and a rash. The third thing that is quite common in what we notice here are other infections other than Candida infections. When this sweat gets occluded over a long period of time and you do not take care, then you start noticing certain pus-filled lesions over there, which is a bacterial infection. At times, there could be erythrasma, that is a change in color due to another bacterial infection. Sometimes blisters can be due to viral infections. And not just infections, even allergies and irritant dermatitis can cause rash in these areas. Using of scented soaps or using a lot of scented wipes or alcohol containing wipes can cause irritation there. If you use your intimate body washes, very frequently during the day, it can lead to a rash because of excessive dryness and friction. Also, using of sanitary products over a long period of time and not changing them can cause moisture in that area, and that can lead to a rash and even fungal infections. And last but not the least, certain skin diseases can also manifest over there, like fungal infections, where you call it the jock itch, or it could be sexually transmitted diseases, or things like psoriasis or lichen sclerosis. So, what are the red flags when you need to go and meet your dermatologist? The first is when you notice there is no reduction in the burning, itching, or redness even after 7 to 10 days of home care. Please meet your dermatologist. Or if you start noticing that the area is becoming worse, it's spreading, it's burning, paining, or there is any discharge over there. Third, along with it, if you get associated conditions like fever or burning in urination, or sometimes even discharge from the vagina or penis, do meet your dermatologist immediately. Please do not try over the counter medications like steroid plus an antifungal, a combination like Candid B or Panderm or Quadraderm, because they can mask the original infection and probably at times promote further infections. And believe me, these are all preventable conditions. What you really need to do is wear breathable clothing, especially your undergarments and underpants should be cotton. Avoid synthetic, tight fitting clothes and underwears, especially during hot, humid weathers. In case your clothes do get wet due to rain or sweat, change them immediately. Do visit your doctor if you notice even a little bit of irritation or itching. Last but not the least, don't overuse your products, be it intimate washes or be it your soaps or scented wipes. And in case you notice a lot of friction and irritation, start using talc-free powders. You can use a silicone-based gels which prevent skin-to-skin meeting and irritation. And use cycling shorts or compressible gear, especially if you know you're going to be out for a long time, either on a trek or running, and especially for athletes. So, yes, natural home care remedies are helpful, especially in the initial stages of the rash. Aloe vera gel is excellent, but try and get the ones without any color or fragrance and absolutely pure as much as possible. They are cooling. Gels also are anti inflammatory. Extra virgin coconut oil, oils which are cold pressed, yes, they are anti inflammatory and they also have certain antifungal properties. Apply them immediately after shower and night before you go to sleep. The other things that can work is colloidal oat containing creams, which are also soothing and anti-inflammatory. But what you need to avoid are creams that contain essential oils or fragrances like lavender or peppermint or contain tea tree oil. Avoid scrubbing that area or applying things which dry out that area. So, all in all, hydrate, moisturize, but avoid scrubbing, avoid using any product with color or fragrance. So, a simple change in the daily routine with hygiene and understanding these intimate areas will help you prevent this. Use lukewarm water instead of hot water when you are taking a shower. Avoid using scented soaps or body washes in that area. Avoid scrubbing using loofahs there. Just pat it dry and do not dry it vigorously. Don't forget to use your moisturizer before you wear your clothes. Avoid using tight clothes, especially in hot, humid weathers. Wear cotton, dry underpants. In case your clothes get wet, do change them frequently. During menstrual cycles, during your periods, try and change your sanitary napkins more frequently. Avoid vaginal washes and douching. For men, don't forget to clean your foreskin regularly and keep the scrotal area dry and not irritated. And one more tip for women is that try and take probiotics in your diet like curd or yogurt, because the good bacteria, this microflora, are very good in preventing recurrent infections in the vaginal area.